Hi, kindergartners. I'm really excited to read to you today because I am going to read my favorite story to read out loud. I love this book so much that I cannot wait to read it to you. But before we get started, I want you to try to think about the beginning of the story, the middle of the story, and then the end of the story. Stories have an order, which is called a sequence. And I want you to think about what happens at the beginning of the story, at the middle of the story, and then at the end of the story. This book is called Bear Snores On. It was written by Karma Wilson, and I am Karma Lewis. So these books by Karma Wilson are real favorites of mine. The illustrator who made the pictures is Jane Chapman. This is our front cover, our back cover, and the spine. Let's look at our title page. Let's see. There it is, our title page. Now, boys and girls, the title is the name of the story. And the title of this story is Bear Snores On. I know we've talked about the title and the title page, but I just wanted to make it very clear that the title is the name of the book. It's what the book is called. Here we go. Yay! In a cave in the woods, in his deep dark lair, through the long cold winter sleeps a great brown bear. There he is. Cuddled in a heap with his eyes shut tight, he sleeps through the day, he sleeps through the night. The cold winds howl and the night sounds growl, but the bear snores on. That's him snoring inside. An itty-bitty mouse, pitter-pat, tiptoe, creep crawls in the cave from the fluff cold snow. Mouse squeaks, too damp, too dank, too dark. So he lights wee twigs with a small hot spark. The coals pip-pop and the wind doesn't stop, but the bear snores on. I want to hear the wind. You guys make the sound of the wind in the blustery, windy day. Ooh, that's a good sound effect. Two glowing eyes sneak peek in the den. Mouse cries, "Who's there?" And a hare hops in. Hare is another name for rabbit. "Ho, Mouse," says Hare, "long time no see." So they pop white corn and they brew black tea. Mouse sips wee slurps, Hare burps big burps, but the bear snores on. A badger scuttles by, sniff snuffs at the air. "I smell yummy yums, perhaps we can share." "I've brought honey nuts," Badger says with a grin. "Let's divvy them up, cozy down and dig in." And they nibble and they munch with a chew chomp crunch, and the bear snores on. A gopher and a mole tunnel up through the floor. Then a wren and a raven flutter in through the door. Mole mutters, "What a night!" "What a storm!" twitters wren. And everybody clutters in the great bear's den. His home is called a den. They tweet and they titter, they chat and they chitter, but the bear, yes, he snores on. In a cave in the woods, a slumbering bear sleeps through the party in his very own lair. Hare stokes the fire, Mouse seasons stew. Then a small pepper fleck makes the bear ah, 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 choo! He blows and he sneezes and the whole crowd freezes. What do you think is going to happen next? I think this is the middle of our story and something big is happening. the bear wakes up. Bear gnarls and he snarls. Bear roars and he rumbles. He jumps and he stomps. He growls and he grumbles. What are they doing? Whoo! How do they feel? You've snuck in my lair and you've all had fun, but me, I was sleeping and I have had none. And he whimpers and he moans and he wails and he groans and the bear blubbers on. Blubbering is crying. Mouse squeaks, "Don't fret, don't fuss. Look, see? We can pop more corn. We can brew more tea." Bear gulps, bear gobbles, he sighs with delight. Then he spins tall tales through the blustery night. When the sun peeks up on a crisp, clear dawn, Bear can't sleep. But his friends snore on. So what happens at the beginning of this story? Think back to the first thing that you remember. Right. The bear's all alone, sleeping in his den because it's winter time and he's hibernating. And then all the creatures come in. And what was that big, important thing that happened in the middle of our story? What was the big event? Right! The pepper made the bear sneeze and woke him up. And then what happened at the end of the story? Exactly. Bear couldn't sleep, but all of his new friends fell fast asleep. So I have these fun pictures of the animals from the story. Bear was our first character, and he's the main character, right? Do you remember who the first animal is that comes into the bear's den while he's sleeping? Exactly. The mouse comes in. And then who's next? Right. Yes. Okay. Then the hare comes in. Very good. I love telling this story. Thank you so much for story time with me and letting me read to you my favorite book. Have a great day.